We gave you the key to life. That's the message that's on my site, anyadvicefortoday.com. It's on there tonight, but it's for the messages for the 21st because I'd already done the ones for the 20th. And the solstice will be really important for all of us. But I had to put them out now because I had to explain what was happening in your life and in our world because I was given all of that information. Nothing is happening accidentally. All the conditions, everything that is going on, Wilhelm gave me all of that information. I posted or shared another video this morning from the solstice on 2022, on June 21st, 2022. And if you listen to that one, it will sound like it was happening today because that is how I received information. We don't know who we're going to become when we come into this world or what skills or talents we might develop. And I certainly didn't know that I was going to do this. And I didn't know that I was going to live my entire life, or 36 years of it, downloading this information and creating a blueprint for personal and planetary ascension. That's exactly what it is. I couldn't have known that until I had some help figuring it out and going back and using our new technology to analyze everything I was given. However, it also caused me to heal, so that was the purpose of this work. And anyone who would use it, they would live their best life. They would know exactly who they are. They would heal their generational patterns. They would contribute to creating a much better world. And it's been proven. The only thing that would happen is that you won't believe it. And I had difficulty with that as well. So I do understand. But also, what I did was I didn't charge enough money for it. I've talked about that often, and Wilhelm kept bringing it up. And in that session from 3 years ago, they did the same thing. So that's why I'm putting it out today, because I need you to take a look. There's nothing, your struggle is self-imposed. I just have to say that, and I know it because I would do the same thing. It's self-imposed because you're not willing to take the steps to discover who you are. Now, we're moving through a generational change in our world, and you might think that all the things happening are accidental. They are not. They're just energies coming up and grievances within each of us that we're not willing to let go of. And that's why I wrote a path. I was given a path, and it works because it's been proven. When I put all of this into artificial intelligence the other night, they gave me an analysis, and I'll leave a link there. You can read it. It said anyone who would use this would change their life. They would become who they're meant to be. So your depression, your being insecure, you're not knowing where you're meant to go in your life, that would leave. And then we would have more empowered people. When I first began, because it was a challenge for me even to start channeling in public, I wasn't going to do that. And I said, why am I going to do it? And Wilhelm said, because there are too many people on your planet who don't know who they are. And we've given them the work. We've given them everything that could cause them to live this really wonderful life. Now, they also talked about cognitive dissonance, meaning when you have not seen something done before, it's hard for you to believe it. And then you stay stuck in the same place. And I was doing that as well because I didn't understand how I was doing this. How did I do this? Because no one in history had received information this way. There are other people who have done channeling and things like that, but never down to the time, never down to exactly what was happening in the world and by the day. And that's what I was given, which is why when I meet certain people, I can tell you what's happening in your life because you have an energetic code, and I was given information that aligns to the messages that I've received. When someone meets with me for a private session, I ask you for your birth date. But from that birth date, I can go through different years and find out exactly what's going on for you because they're energetic connections that we couldn't have understood before. But as you might hear in the channeling session, Wilhelm talked about our quantum mechanics, and that's what they tapped in to give to me, which is why this work heals you. It could heal our planet if people would believe it. It has nothing to do with what you have done before, what you are yet to do, none of that. It's just what are you willing to do in this moment? And so that's why I'm putting this out tonight. And as I've said for the longest time, that the rates will be changed. You have to look at this. Right now, this program, because anybody who comes in, you'll have all of it. And this program is less than $500. And you don't even have to pay it. You could pay by the month if you wanted to. But then you'll look at it and you say, that's not possible because I don't want to become my best self. I don't want to know who I am. I'm too afraid of looking at myself. I'd rather stay in the chaos. I'd rather stay angry and afraid. Those are the choices. And I just have to say it because I see it so much and it got me frustrated because I said, wait a minute, I'm demonstrating what it could be. I've shown it to everyone. And then, but again, when you develop something new, people are just not going to get it. And then when you've never seen it done before, because this is brand new, but the results are real. And that's so anyway, the messages are up there. You can go through them. I've done it on every single day, and you can see it's a string. I sat down every day and did this over 36 years, and they're in order. And when I've said before, we think that they're accidental things going on. There aren't. They're energetic patterns that we all have, and I've written them all. That's what's happened. So that's why I have the key to your life. Now, you may not want it. You may want to stay where you are, and that's your choice. But just remember that is your choice because you have the option now to live this really wonderful life and have everything that you want because it is within you. And the only reason somebody won't believe me is because your judgment has gotten too strong and you can't see beyond that. And I know it because I lived there as well. So now you have an opportunity to live your best life. I'll leave the links in the video. Thanks for being here. See you soon.